virtually.
Oh, poor Summer. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've been on this desk.
All right, you're doing a great job.
I don't even recognize the person that introduces the news anymore. I'm like, this is how long I've been gone. But you have been keeping an eye on the skies. A lot of things happening through the Midstate. But are we starting to calm down a little bit here?
That's right. Yeah, I do think that's safe to say, especially in the western part of the Midstate. But to the east, there's still some thunderstorm activity there, and that's continuing to move through. But I do think really in the next hour or so, that should be done with for the most part. I don't think all of the rain is done, but I do think the severe weather is done at that point. So let's talk about here the forecast as we see outside right now in Elizabethtown. Not seeing much in the way of rainfall there. It was raining on this camera a little bit ago, and we did climb into the upper 80s today, so that just only helped to fuel the thunderstorms as well as seeing a lot of that clearing, so a lot of that sunshine coming through. Here's a look right now in Lancaster. You can really see how blurry it is with some raindrops here on the camera lens. You see that blur down there. So a lot of clouds outside right now. Rain just moved through Lancaster. Here's a look at the Doppler radar rather. So a lot of the severe thunderstorm watch for especially parts of the western part of the state, including Pittsburgh, has now been dropped. Also seeing that for parts of our area, seeing Franklin and Fulton counties now dropped out of that, as well as much of the ridges and valleys dropped out of that severe thunderstorm watch. So parts of Ohio in that watch, but not seeing that into the western part of the state. So that's a good thing, meaning as we move throughout this evening, as that cluster moves through, we look to sort of turn less severe behind it. So let's zoom in and look at where we're seeing the lightning. So not as much lightning as I was seeing earlier, but still seeing a decent amount as we're moving into Lancaster County now, Lebanon County, York County, still seeing that partially moderate to heavy rain moving through, as well as that thunderstorm activity. Back in the ridges and valleys, still seeing some light shower activity, perhaps moderate in some areas, but there's no lightning back there. So I do think once this cluster moves through, again, we'll start to dry out a little bit, as well as seeing that severe weather risk go down. So there are still a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings out, including parts of Lancaster County, Lebanon County seeing that too. So that is going to continue to move to the east. As it does so, we'll see those warnings get dropped slowly. Now, the Storm Prediction Center did increase our risk this afternoon to an enhanced risk for severe weather, but I do think, again, as that moves through, we'll start to see that severe risk go down from there. Temperatures really dropped. We were into the upper 80s, but now, of course, with the clouds and the rain, that would consider us to be rain cooled now. 70 degrees in Mifflintown, 73 in Harrisburg now, seeing 70 in Lancaster, but look at Reading, 85 there, Philadelphia, 88 degrees. So the storms haven't quite gotten there yet, so they're still much warmer out ahead of it. And you can really see how much that wind has changed now behind this. So back to the west, pretty much light winds there, but as you move to the east, still seeing sustained winds up to 13 miles per hour. Even in Lancaster, 24 miles per hour of sustained winds there. Quickly showing you that precision cast again. I think really by about 7:30, much of that rain has now moved off to our east, so out of our viewing area. But I do think there's still a chance to see a couple of showers, perhaps even a storm clip the region and push down, especially on that southern tier. But I don't think all of us see that. I think behind this, many of us stay dry. There's a chance even late tonight, here's a look at 1:30, where we could still see a spotty shower or two, but into the overnight hours we'll start to dry out and as well as cool down a little bit. Though tomorrow morning, with all the rain that moved through this evening, could bring a chance to see some patchy fog in the region, although I do think that sunshine makes a return tomorrow afternoon, leading to some drier weather, drier again as we continue into Monday. Seeing on our 7-day forecast, warm and breezy for tomorrow, 87 degrees, less humid, a cool start to the day on Tuesday in the 50s, but will warm up quickly. That humidity makes a comeback, and the 90s summer-like weather quickly returns by Wednesday, as well as some more chances for hit or miss thunderstorms, Kendra.
All right, thanks, Summer.
Yes.